was a night like this 40 million years ago. I lit a cigarette, picked up a monkey's skull to go. So, how's it going, everyone? I'm Milo. And I'm playing video games. Important disclaimer, this game will teach you some things about asthma, but it's not a definitive medical resource. Please consult a doctor if you have problems with asthma. So that's what I'm playing today. We do have volume. It's a little quiet. Nope, that's fine. So, how's it going? I had some plans for this month, kind of fell through, lost some dates, so I postponed what I was going to do, and instead, oh, there's a two-player mode. Oh, that's too bad that I can't try that out. I have been playing in two-player Lego Jurassic World with my spouse, and I was like, hey, dinosaur games, they're cool. So I went and looked all around, and this is one that caught my eye. It's called Bronkie, also known as Bronkie Health Hero, which is on the splash screen. Health Hero is kind of a brand for the publisher, though, so I don't know if it's intended to be part of the name, but it often is attributed as such. Also known as Bronkie the Bronchiasaurus. Now, a Bronchiasaurus is not a real kind of a dinosaur. It's a made-up thing for this game to tie it into the theme of breathing health, like an asthma and stuff. So the bronchial tubes, you get bronchitis when those are clogged up. And yeah, there's two little dinosaurs here, and the other one is Trakie, named after the trachea, another important part of the breathing apparatus in a human. And most animals. Well, no, not most, but you get what I'm saying. Let's get started, shall we? Check options first. That's important. Oh, you have to press start on these menus. Am I Team Bronchies or Team Trakies? Well, I think you can already tell from the way I have formatted the stream layout. I've got the cover art for Bronkie on the left, and judging by the the eyelashes on Trakie, that's, cartoon code for this is a female, so let's play as the heroine character, shall we? Plus, I'm more into the herbivores and the quadrupeds rather than the theropods, the carnivores, so that's fine with me. As you would know if you saw my fighting game stream where I picked the Ankylosaurus in Warpath Jurassic Park. Alright, here we go. Years ago, meteors struck Sansorian. Explosions filled the air with thick and filthy dust. Oh no. So the mighty wind machine was made to clear the air so everyone could breathe. Wow, I wonder if that would actually work. Then Mr. Rexo, nasty man, stole the machine, hid its pieces all over Sansorian, and forced other dinosaurs to protect the pieces. Now the dust is coming back. Help Bronkie and Trakie find the lost machine pieces, but don't forget to manage their asthma along the way. So, and here's the educational portion. This is how you use a Ventolin puffer. Oh, I didn't look it up, but Ventolin is a brand name. There are, I think, genericized versions of it. It's a drug, basically, a medication that asthmatics can take to help clear their airways. So here we go. Bronchial tubes carry air to the lungs. Their walls will swell and tighten when your asthma gets worse. Oh, that's it. Okay. All right, we're in the city for some reason. Dinosaurs in the city. This is the whole point of the stream. When I looked at a list of dinosaur games, I picked ones where you had dinosaurs in unusual settings, not in the prehistoric age. We're in the city now. Whoops. Let me read this bit here. Avoid the asthma triggers. Dust sack. Dust sack. A sack of dust. Okay. And also cigarette smoke. Very important. And this ties into, of course, Walk the Dinosaur, where they light a cigarette. Don't do it, people. It is bad for your lungs. So, there's a platform game, but with the added wrinkle, there's enemies to avoid, but also asthma triggers, which it's important to be aware of. So, this, I mentioned before about the company who made this. You might be familiar with some of their other work. I think their most famous is probably Captain Novolin. They did 4 SNES games in total. And Captain Novolin was a game where you're a superhero who has diabetes. And if you pick up too many food pickups, which are just littered around the stage, then you die. So you have to have some, but not too many. I like the Flintstone style doors there. Okay, so have a look at this. What do you think Trakie is hitting her enemies with here? Okay, hang on. Ah! First instinct is a frying pan. Maybe it's a duster. Or like one of those things that you beat rugs with to get the dust out of them. I cannot destroy the dust sack. It's just an obstacle to be avoided. I'm not even sure what my health is. Oh, okay. Quiz time. Bronchial tubes are passageways that carry air. Small air sacs in the lungs or large muscles in the brain. I'm pretty sure the brain doesn't have muscles per se. But we did learn this at the start of the level, and it's passageways. Oh, I have to press start in menus, of course. And the geckos are telling me that's right. Oh gosh, it's a Chuckya. Great. Did not expect that. Okay. So watch out for the dust sack. It's not leaking dust, is it? So what if I walk into it? Ah. Had a bit of a cough there. I do like that there's pickups that are just a floating pair of lungs. That's a little bit morbid. Oops. So I guess those blue eggs are my health? Or are they some kind of lung-related organ? What happens when your asthma gets worse? Muscle bands tighten around my bronchial tubes. All of these. Or I have more mucus in my lungs and my bronchial tubes begin to swell. I think it is both of the above and below. Yes, correct. So what are you going to do for me, buddy? What? There was a thing. Oh, was that guy presenting me with a thing and I picked it up and I wasn't sure what it was? Oh well. Oh. We cannot step around trees. Well, no, of course not, because that would be unsafe if we stepped out into the street. Oh, I tried to jump, but I was too late. Yeah, so the company, yeah, I was saying the company who did it, they're called Raya Systems, later renamed to Health Hero Network, which I think ties into the Health Hero thing on the title screen. But at this time, their company name wasn't that. And yeah, they did Captain Novolin, like I said. Perhaps an infamous game. I know it from Siva Gunner or Gilvasana or whatever they're called, the parody account for video game soundtracks on YouTube with some very funny remixes and joke songs and stuff. And they had a version of... Oh, okay. Sorry, what was that? I guess I got to the end of the level, and my asthma level is up in the green for the city stage, so that's good. There's some medications down there. I don't know what that means. Was I supposed to find hidden power-ups? I don't know. But I guess we cleared that stage. No med-ups. Some peak flow. Answered 2 questions. Got some bonus points. Great. Very nice. Okay, so important to shake your puffer. And then breathe in, breathe out. That's to stimulate the lungs. This is if you're using a spacer. You can insert the puffer directly into your mouth, but especially people who have trouble with the timing, or if for younger children, you spray it into the space first and inhale from there. Peak flow is the strongest breath you can blow into a peak flow meter. If your peak flow goes into the red zone or below half of your usual best, start your emergency plan. Yes, it is important to be up on this stuff if you are suffering from asthma or a guardian of an asthmatic. Yeah, so I enjoy the parody song that they did. That was... Oh, those dinosaurs are very fast, and there's a lot of smoke in this particular stage. Ah. So they did a stage that was using the sound font of Captain Novolin and was masquerading as a Captain Novolin song. And one of the main genres on that channel is to start by playing a well-known song or a song from the soundtrack of a game, and then to transition it into something else as a parody. So there's a good one. I shouldn't have gone off the cuff, but I think it's an F-Zero track that then transitions into Bowie's Starman, or it might be Super Mario Kart. I don't remember. Anyway, this particular Captain Novolin one, they, I guess, recognized that the tune was similar to California Girls, so they even recorded lyrics of someone singing over it, of diabetes-themed lyrics, and it's funny and also catchy and a lot of fun to listen to. So I recommend that one if it's still online. Okay, if your peak flow goes below half your usual best, you should tell an adult right away and start my emergency plan, continue my regular activities, or wait 2 hours before I do anything about it. Now, this is one of the classic multiple choice answers where some of the answers are stupid and obviously wrong. Okay, so I got a purple thing. I don't know what it is. Fine. Oh, I keep forgetting I have an attack. My duster or whatever it is. I wonder if I can, like, deal with these smokers. God, I wish I could have dealt with the smokers that were around me in my life. I'm thinking especially of... Okay, so I've just moved house. That's actually part of the reason... Oh, that was not an enemy. This is a friend. Peak flow meter measures. Strongest breath. I learned that before. Oh! I'm going to rewind because this is important. I need to write on this pterodactyl's beak. Pteranodon? Whatever it is. Yeah, I've just moved house. That's why part of why I didn't have a stream last week. It is also possible during the stream that my internet might cut out at some point. Hopefully that doesn't happen. We won't be able to get a cable area to fix the particular issue we're having until the new year. But it should be okay. The outages have only been intermittent. But yeah, it's a nice new place, but quite hot because we also don't have air conditioning yet. And it is the dead of summer. What was I saying? So at our old place, which was an apartment block, one of our neighbors somewhere around would smoke from time to time, and it would come in through our windows, and it was very annoying and terrible. So that was a bad thing that happened. Because smoking doesn't just affect you, you know, it affects everyone around you who breathes the same air, which is everyone. Okay. You can help control your asthma if you take your medicine as directed. Stay away from your asthma triggers and watch for early warning signs of asthma. Oh, hi Gibbon, how's it going? A bit late. Gibbon has been complaining recently about Twitch not notifying and having a really terrible to use interface, which I think is always true, but whenever they change it, something gets worse as well. Since my last stream, they changed the dashboard, and it was I didn't know what I was doing when I got there. Chemical drip? What is that? What chemicals are just dripping like that? What could it possibly be? And why would it trigger your asthma? Well, if it was a volatile chemical that created fumes, then it could set you off, I suppose, yes. But I'm not sure how you watch out for that. Okay, it's coming out of this pipe. So what are they pumping from one end of this cafe to another? Bizarre. I don't know. Better safe than sorry, I guess. I like that they warn you what the triggers are going to be, though, so I know I don't have to watch out for smoke from the chimneys in this level. Ooh, I want that. By the way, I can barely hear anything in this game, so I think the audio is okay on OBS, but I'm going to turn it up on my end. Doo-doo-doo. Oh, there we go. Now I can hear it. Got a little jazz beat going on. Uh-oh. I think I lost some frames there. Oh, actually, I'm dropping a lot of frames. Interesting. Looking at my OBS panel right now. I think, on top of internet outages, I think the speed also isn't as good here at my new place, unfortunately. I hope that doesn't affect my streams too much. Ugh, that was my nightmare. I guess if worst comes to worst, I could just start doing Let's Plays instead or something. Blech. Then I'd have to learn something about video editing. So what's the problem here? Oh, I can climb down here. That's what I'm supposed to do. But I do want that egg. The music is being a little glitchy, I think, as well. That might... I had a little bit of trouble running this game. A couple of the ROMs I found sort of soft locked or hard locked even at the title screen after stopping and starting them again. Is it a good thing to watch for asthma early warning signs? No, because there is nothing I can do if I have early warning signs. No, because I want to be surprised when my asthma gets worse. Yes, because then I can do something about it early. See, this is just common sense. I do like this model of game though, where it's basically a normal platformer. You know what? That was a terrible idea. Let's just rewind a bit. Yes, that would be cheating. Don't worry about it. Yeah, where it's sort of like the Rayman educational games. It's a platformer game, but sometimes they interrupt you for the educational content here. But still, the whole avoiding triggers in the level thing is a nice contextual you know, obstacle that is integrated well into the game. Boom. Gosh, how many threads have I started and stopped right now? I was talking about my old place and I moved. Cigarette smoke, yes. Okay, but I was also talking about the company who made this. Let's finish that now. So, Health Hero Network, Captain Novolin with diabetes. They had 4 games in total, and then they did Rex Ronan Experimental Surgeon, which was a game about the dangers of smoking. It was like a fantastic journey kind of thing. Voyage? What's that book, movie, whatever, where they shrink down and go inside someone's body? It's that. Except you're an experimental surgeon who is cleaning up the symptoms, or not symptoms, like the damage to your body from smoking. So cleaning teeth and clearing out tar from your lungs and stuff, which is true about asthma. Other people can catch asthma from me. People who have asthma should not exercise or play sports. I can help control asthma if I take my medicine as directed. The third one. The first two are absolutely not true. Do not believe them. Oh. The dinosaur gave me... What is that? Is that... Maybe it'll affect something in the level, because I'm kind of stonewalled here. I'm blocked in. No. I got a purple thing. Ugh. You jerks. And I have in my HUD a green circle, which possibly means that I've got an answer right so far. So, could I have done this before, or did I just miss it? It's possible. Gibbons says that he can't say that he's seen an edutainment game like this before. So what kind of edutainment games are you familiar with? I would say for myself, the Magic School Bus games is probably the most games in that genre that I've played. And they were like minigame compilations basically, with educational content sprinkled in and themed after whatever topic they were trying to cover. Oh, what's this? A boss? And I'm being introduced. Name tank. As high as 5 large meteors and as heavy as 4 army tanks. Hobbies are spinning and science projects. Let's do it. Ouch. Watch out for the chemical drip. Okay, so do a hit and then avoid the counter attack. And also avoid the drip. Well, that's pretty simple. This guy's also not moving at all. Okay, here's something. Okay. Ah, so here's what all the purple things were. Oh, right. Parts for the air machine, of course, from the intro. Cool. Oh, yes. So this is the third game they made, and it's themed around asthma. And the fourth game is called Trakie and Marlon, about a pair of elephants, and that was also about diabetes. So they had two diabetes games, but Trakie and Marlon was aimed more towards a younger audience, I believe. So it's important to watch for early warning signs of asthma, such as coughing and shortness of breath. Yeah, so this company, avoid the guy with the cold. If you catch a cold, it could aggravate your asthma, but also pollen and furry animals. So we've changed. Oh, we're on the beach now. Great. Frogs are not furry. They're fine, but I can destroy them. I guess they're enemies. They've been hired by Rexo or whatever. Now, I noticed this in the demo reel, attract mode. The body of this dinosaur is gigantic compared to the size of the head. I think it's a little bit off, but it's just cool to have it as a platforming hazard there. Oh. Ugh. Oh, okay. There's a hole in the tree. Just like every tree. Has a big hole in it. Oops. Watch out for that guy. Okay, he didn't sneeze on me. Oh, I could climb too. Great. Whee! So that's the publisher. Oh, Gibbon has responded here. More in terms of his experience with edutainment games, he's talking about Midnight Rescue or Treasure Mountain from the Learning Company or Reader Rabbit or Zoombinis. So all of those things, I have no idea what they are. Everyone's going to have a different experience, I think, of these kinds of games, probably. There weren't... Oh! The whole screen went dark. Oh. Don't jump in the water. Trakie can't swim. Also, I guess that... Okay, we're at the lake. Cool. Oh, actually, if I could just rewind a little bit. Oh, that's not a level map. It's just a diagram showing what the... Yeah, what it kind of looks like. And when I got hit by the sneeze, my green circle turned to red, so that's showing me my asthma state. And it looks like those little blue coconuts are maybe my lives. Now, what I noticed just now by looking at that diagram of the level was that this giant thing actually might go for longer than I thought. It might be a serpent, in which case the middle is very greatly distended, and that might be unhealthy. So I wonder what this does. Filled up my health partially. I don't know what's going on. I guess falling in the water made me lose part of my health, not a life. Important distinction. And lungs are just a normal pickup. Yeah, that's just a thing. Okay. So yeah, the publisher had these sort of health-focused edutainment games for the American market. And they did 4 of them on the Super Nintendo. But what about the developer that they contracted to do it? So for this one, it was done by WaveQuest. And WaveQuest actually did most of their games. They did 3 of the 4. The other one was by Sculptured Software, I think. That was Rex Ronan, that one. You could avoid serious asthma problems if you watch for early warning signs, breathe through a straw, or pretend I don't have asthma. Yes, again, it's common sense, people. And now I know what that dinosaur is presenting me. It's a machine part. I'm not sure about having a giant air machine that just blows all the dust away. That almost seems like it's making it somebody else's problem. It's like shipping all your pollution to a third world country or something. Oh, this one has a different head. Goofy. Very nice. Whoa, what? Hang on a second. Is that a human? I thought we were in a world of dinosaurs here. Now I'm really confused. You know, it was weird enough when there was a dinosaur walking through a city, and it's a city that's populated by dinosaurs, you know, Super Mario Brothers, the movie style. Again, walk the dinosaur and etc. But yeah, if they coexist with humans. Yeah, strange. Alright, what are some early warning signs of asthma? Coughing and lowered peak flow, shortness of breath and tightness in chest, or all of these, or all of the two. Hey Bobinator, how's it going? Good to see ya. I'm playing Bronkie the Bronchiasaurus, an edutainment game from the makers of Captain Novolin. Oh, don't get too close to the fluffy animal. The theme here is asthma, and I guess this is probably a good time to talk about... Oh, I was almost done talking about WaveQuest. Okay, so this was done by WaveQuest. Oh, while I wasn't looking, I ran into more pollen, and I'm getting worse. My asthma state is yellow, and it's causing me to cough randomly. That's too bad. That's what living with a health disorder is like, people. Oh, didn't I get the red puffer and the RX standing for medication? They didn't show up on the tally screen though. I don't know. Whatever. Maybe because I died, I lost them. Yeah, check peak flow, blah, 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 blah. Tell an adult. But I am an adult. Oh no, it's still yellow. Yes, these conditions are chronic. They persist. You don't just get cured of your asthma after every level, you know. This is actually an interesting thing. One, for a platform game to have this persistent state, but also to teach you about what it's like living with a condition like this. Fun. So I'm looking for a puffer now to get rid of this, to reverse this current down state that I'm in. Interesting. So yeah, WaveQuest. They don't have too many names on their record. Oh great. The screen is really darkened significantly now, and I hope you can still see it. Oh. Yeah, my health is okay. The blue ovals are my health. They're like mangoes in shape. But I also have to worry about my asthma condition right now, and it's quite bad. Oh great. Somebody find me a puffer. This dinosaur has obviously not set up their emergency action plan very well. Medication. Well, I've got it. Now what? Oh, here we go. Here's a whole menu for this. The asthma management. Test my peak flow. Let's do it. Yep. Reset the meter. Breathe in. Put meter to mouth and blow out hard. Okay. Did I actually do that? Yes. Give me my sick day plan. Good choice. You and your doctor can make a sick day plan that is best for you. And now I can't call for help. That was my option. Maybe if I do this again. Nope. Okay, but I've used my medication, have I? Yes, so that takes me to yellow. So that's what that means. If you find them in the level, then you can use them. Ha, climbing a snake. Excellent. Good cartoon logic there. So that's cleared up the screen a bit. If I manage to get another treatment item, then I can cure myself. If your peak flow drops and your asthma medicine is not working, you should exercise, tell an adult, or call a friend. Definitely an adult. Friends will not know what to do to help you, because they are just children, obviously. But hey, maybe if a child has been briefed sufficiently, they might be able to help you. Early warning signs. Take medicine if needed and relax. Tell an adult, measure peak flow. Both are sensible. I really have to be more careful about my asthma, just to keep the screen clear. I don't like this muted colors thing. Let's just put a dark filter on everything, basically. Oh. Oh no, the guy sneezed on me. Damn it. I was just admiring the snake on that wooden submarine and thinking, it's a living. Classic Flintstones goof. Oh, it's so dark. This is a terrible viewing experience. Yeah, my peak flow got real bad. But I didn't have any treatment left, I think. If you have an asthma emergency, tell an adult and try to stay calm. Getting upset could make a bad situation worse. I don't know if that's like a bad thing to tell someone, because then they'll start getting in their own head about it, you know? Okay, this is terrible. Still dim as anything. I wonder what happens if I completely, you know, keel over from this. Will that reset it? I can barely see anything here. I know that falling in the water just removes one of my blue mangoes. I can't even see if there's a vine to climb or something. Alright, I'm taking a dip. Come on. Yeah, that was just a blue mango. Dang it. Test the peak flow. I can't use an inhaler. I'm going to call for help. Good choice. Your peak flow is too low, indeed. What has that done? It's reset the level. Oh, and now I'm healthy. Okay. So all you need to do is call for help. That's a good message. Sometimes we all just need a little help, you know? Ah, there was a vine, and indeed I couldn't see it because it was too dark. Wow, I continue to be impressed with this game. Hey, some medication, that'll help. If I need it. But no, I'm going to avoid those triggers. This will never happen again. Yeah. Even if you tell yourself that. Asthma can strike at any time. Which brings me, half an hour into the stream, to the reason why I wanted to pick this game for the stream today. One thing I said before was, you know, I was playing other dinosaur games and got interested in games where you play as a dinosaur, but this is very relevant to my current state of existence right now. I'm pretty sure I've had this question before, or something very much like it. So yeah, if you don't know, I live in Australia, and a large portion of Australia's surface area right now is on fire. We're having a terribly hot summer, and everything is very dry, and the government has defunded firefighting services, and things are real bad, and a lot of stuff is on fire. And okay, so it's very bad if your home is burning down or your livelihood has been destroyed, but there's knock-on effects. There's also bad things happening if you live near a fire. So here in the Australian Capital Territory, blah, 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 blah. Yes, both of those things. So here where I live, there's a very large fire. I think it was tens of thousands of hectares, which I believe is 10,000 square meters. I don't know. That's just how the fire app I have reported it to me. I think last time I checked it was like 50,000 hectares or something. It was crazy. Anyway, huge area of bushland is on fire, and oh, why did I do this? I've come over here, and now what? I don't know what I'm doing in this level. Anyway, as a result of nearby fires, there's a lot of smoke in the air, and it's blowing into the city. And this has been a problem in Sydney for the past few weeks, and it's now become a problem here in the last couple of weeks. Yeah, where the air is incredibly smoky. I'm just gonna reverse that. Ah, fine. You can't reverse everything, you know. That's a good life lesson. Come on, snakehead. Alright. I think I have an inhaler right now. I don't, but I can use my sick day plan. Oh, and then I can use my inhaler. Shake, breathe in, breathe out, put space in your mouth, press down, breathe in slowly. Done. And I'm healthy again. Great. Ooh, happy snail. Will you help me, snail? Oh, okay. This is like a Mega Man item 3 here. From Rockman 2. Yeah, so the smoke is really bad. It's everywhere. And it's triggering asthma in people, even people who haven't had asthma in a very long time. My spouse, for example, had asthma as a child, but hasn't had an attack in, 20 years or something. But because of conditions and triggers in the environment, it can come back. It can recur, So hold on. We've got a little bio here. Stego, who doesn't look at all like a stegosaurus. As high as 6 giant anchors, as heavy as 2 submarines, likes eating frogs and sailing. So here's the boss fight time. Boom, boom. Watch out. Okay, those are only going to hurt me. That's nothing to worry about. It's kind of like, I don't know, Superman. Like, he can't really get hurt, or he doesn't care about getting hurt, but particular certain triggers like kryptonite, they're a huge problem for him. So in my case, it's asthma. Well, that was it. Okay, bosses aren't too difficult in this game. You just hit them a few times and then they give up. Yeah, so in this recent kind of smoke outbreak that's blanketing the city and sort of hanging around for ages, and we're just kind of watching the weather report for what direction the wind is going to be to see if it's going to give us any relief. We've had to take steps. I went out and bought a Ventolin puffer for my spouse for the first time in ages, which is just an over-the-counter medication you can get at the chemist, so that's good. So here in the jungle, we're going to watch out for feathers and also more pollen. And there's a bird with a cold. Okay, that's important. Hello? Oh, baddie. And we also bought some smoke masks. So like at the hardware store, you can get different kinds of masks for working with dust and stuff. But there's a particular P2 rating, which means it'll guard against smoke inhalation. And she's worn that walking to work a few times. Am I revealing too much personal information? I don't know. This is like a PSA thing. Like, this is just a true human story of health problems. Asthma triggers are little creatures. No, they are things that make my asthma worse. Yes, give me my machine part, boy. So yeah, the mask, the Ventolin, and also for inside the house, because even inside you're not safe from the smoke because it can get in, especially in summer when you want to open a window when it's really, really hot. So there are these devices that they sell now called air purifiers. Yes, all of those can be triggers. Whoops. See, the last time I jumped onto a pterodactyl and then answered a question, I was in the right position to land directly on its beak after answering it, but I guess I was in the wrong position now and I just fell. I don't want to go through all that again. Let's just reverse as far as I can. Yeah, so I've actually got it running right now and it's fairly quiet. This air purifier is a small device about the size of like a desktop rubbish bin, and it's got a bunch of filters inside, and when it runs it takes air in and filters out stuff and makes your air clean to help you breathe better air. And since I went out to find this thing on the day that was like peak smoke just starting. Find sick day meds. Oh my gosh, why did it let me pick it if I can't use it? I can't do anything to help my... I've got an inhaler right there. What's going on? Test peak flow, sick day plan. Dang it. I guess you need the meds to put in the inhaler, but I don't know. I think the inhalers have meds in them. Anyway. Also, check the expiry date on your inhaler. Don't take expired medication. That's that's a no-go. Ah. Dang. Given saying the screen darkening thing would have made him just stop playing. It's not great. It works as a, you know, a deterrent to make you play better or make you manage your asthma better in this case, but it's quite annoying. Anyway, we've been running this air purify thing a lot of the time in the house, and it really works. Oh yeah, I was talking about dust mites and stuff. But yeah, I do know someone also who has more severe asthma, and they always have to be very careful about triggers, dust in their house especially, and you know, that kind of thing. Ah, it was a tough jump that I could just make. Alright, I have a puffer, but I had one before. Yeah, I'm at yellow level there. Dang it. Well, I don't know. Maybe we've seen all this game's tricks at this point. And I'm not currently able to clear up this asthma screen darkening effect. Let me see. I think I've said a lot of the stuff that I wanted to say about asthma and things. I will say that I found it interesting when looking up the credits to this game that not only is there the dev team all credited, allergy proof, blah, 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 blah. No, both of those things are not great for dust mites. Yeah, not only is the dev team credited, but the publisher, Raya Systems, aka Health Hero Network, had contracted, you know, people to make sure that the educational content was accurate. So there's dang it, I wrote this down. Yeah, there's a curriculum and research director and a medical director who are both experts in their field. And that's what makes it like, oh, I got an RX. When did I get that? That means medication. I don't know why. Cool, now my peak flow is up, up, up. Yeah, bright clear screen. Excellent. But yeah, when there's those kinds of experts involved, then the educational content is good. It's verified. Dust mites live in those things. Our new place has a lot of thick carpeting. I should probably get to vacuuming it after this stream. But yeah, you know, I'll tell you, moving, it's a big hassle. I'm so stressed about so many things right now. And in less than a week I have to go visit family as well, which is another potentially stressful thing. Because it's the silly season, of course. Laughing or crying can trigger asthma symptoms for some people. Pollen also, if you're allergic. Gibbon says he's sorry the world is on fire. Oh, so it's your fault. Okay. Serial arsonist, I am Gibbon. Admits everything. In exclusive interview. But yeah, should I move on to another game? I think we've got a good view of this one. Maybe I'll try and blitz through this and get to the next stage and see what the next world is, you know? I think this is the last jungle stage. The platforming is getting more complex. For some reason my fast forward key is not working. I'll actually just check real quick if it's set up properly. Fast forward. It's just not working for some reason. Oh well, whatever. So how do I get further in this bit? Ugh. Oh no. It's happening in real life. What's the problem here? Oh! Oh, it's one of them blue eggy thingies. I want that. Oh, did that restore my health? Ah, whatever. Alright, let's move on, shall we? Gibbon objecting. I'm sorry can denote sympathy. Of course. Of course that's what Gibbon meant. He's not an arsonist. Don't be ridiculous. Yes. Okay. So that was the adventure of Trakie the Bronchiasaurus, I guess. She got this far. Let's just assume that she finished the air machine and saved the world. Because the thing about the air machine, it's blowing the dust. And this is what I sometimes think about dusting, is it liberates the dust to put it directly into your lungs. Whereas if it was sucking the air in and then filtering it, that would be a much better thing. Anyway, let's play a different thing. That should quit that. Yes, now you'll see on the right side of the screen, we have... Gosh, what was the name of that silly emulator? I'm going to have to find it in my file system. So what we got on the right is a game called Rex, which is the next thing I'm going to play here. It was released in 1988 on a couple of systems, the ZX Spectrum and also the Amstrad CPC. Okay. And luckily I found a brand new emulator that I wasn't familiar with that could run both of those systems and does it pretty well. Oh, this is wonderful. It's even kept my game state. So let's switch the window over and I'll show you what I'm talking about. How do I do that? This one. Okay, cool. So this is Rex. I guess I should restart this. Yeah, on the CPC. Oh, okay, hang on. I memorized this yesterday. Run, and then Shift 2, which is a double apostrophe. I had to learn that just by trial and error. Rex.bas. Oh, it's not inserted. Dang it. Hold on. Whoop, never mind about that. Games. Oh my goodness. Why would it do this to me right now? Okay, you can just drag it in, it's all cool. And there we go. Retry. Wonderful. Rex! So, I'm going to address this up front. Rex is not necessarily a dinosaur, but a lot of the sort of online discourse about it, half of it calls him a dinosaur. So, you know, I think that's just a misconception based on his appearance, but this game is listed in the dinosaurs category on Moby Games, and you know, from there it caught my eye, and it also has a kind of it's an edutainment game in a way. It's got a message behind it, and the message is destroy the humans. Part of the idea is that Rex is a space mercenary, a grizzled, tough gun for hire who is mad. He is angry because the humans who live in this area have they're wrecking the place. They've built a tower. They're using all kinds of nuclear power and stuff, and laying waste to everything. And you know humans. Surely you're familiar with the activities of humans. They just wreck everything that they touch. They're very destructive and irresponsible. So Rex is here to kill them all, or as many as he can, and put a stop to the industrial operations in this area. Now, I'm starting with the Amstrad CPC version, but actually I'm going to be playing the ZX Spectrum version mostly. Now that we've had a look at the CPC version, I'm going to switch over because I want you to see the difference between the two. So I'll just quit this, I'll load up the other thing, and then I'll switch the window because I never forget to do that. If I do... Oh, it was still there, I think? Okay. And if you... oh gosh. So now my keyboard has stopped responding. Dang it. Configure gamepad. Left, right, up, down, fire 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause port. Ah, it still doesn't work. Okay. Well, I wonder if I load that state I made before. Is that the wrong state? Yeah, that's in the CPC window. We need the state that I saved. Wait, what's going on? Yeah, what? I'm confused. Okay, here's the title screen. Oh, gosh. Remind me never to play, like, an old European computer game. No, it's worth it. It's totally worth it. Okay, so this is Rex. He's actually a rhino sapien. So some kind of alien that looks like a rhino or something. A lot of the animal, the humanoid animal creatures in Beyond Good and Evil are labeled as like the dog people are Canis sapiens. So it's like he's a rhino sapien in the same way. An intelligent humanoid rhinoceros-like creature, I guess. Although he is green. He doesn't really look like any kind of actual dinosaur, but he is dinosaur-ish. So I can see why people would make that mistake. Worth noting that the re-release of this game under the Winner label has a different title screen, a different cover art where he looks more like a wolf man with a ponytail. But whatever the case, we're just going to play this game anyway. Gibbon says he loves the graphics. That's awesome. Let me see. I had another save state that should work as long as my controller is working. I think it might have lost the disc again, maybe, or the tape. Yeah, the tape thing is empty. So in this case, it's a tape. So I'll load that up and hit play. Oh, golly. That's a really horrible noise. Warp. Actually, I wonder if I can just... define... Up, down... That'll do. Okay, we don't need the tape. Because I think it's running already. I don't know how these things work, man. Ah! Stop! Why don't we just stop that? Okay, cool. I hope this works. Phase 1, proceed on foot through underground complex. Whoa, why am I here? Where am I? What? Okay, something's gone wrong. I guess maybe I shouldn't have stopped the tape. I wonder if I load that state, if it'll work. Oh, it changed. I guess we'll do this again. Up. Okay, something's wrong with the controller. Alright, cool. This is what it should look like. So here we are. And if it's not obvious, the ZX Spectrum version has slightly more primitive graphics, fewer colors at once, but it plays much, much faster and smoother, which that's something I've found commonly for a lot of games from this era. There's a CPC version or an Atari ST version that looks better, but the ZX Spectrum or maybe the Commodore 64 version plays a lot smoother. So it's that trade-off, and I've decided to go with the smoothness here for this particular game. So I'll be playing through the ZX Spectrum version, get as far as I can, because I do have limited lives, and I can't easily just use a save state. I don't know how the shield works, by the way. Certain hits before were killing me outright in the CPC version, but here I seem to have a health meter that's numbered. Oh, and then I was just killed instantly. See, sometimes there's a bubble around me and I don't know why. So I'll pick up this bubble, but I think these are energy for the guns. If you get enough of those, you get a new gun, I think. But I don't really know for sure the mechanics of how this game works. We're going to be learning as we go. Ah, nuts. That human just ambushed me. Gibbon says he had a tape deck, or he has a tape deck for his C64. That is rad. There's options in this emulator to have all sorts of different models for your Spectrum or your CPC. Nuts. And some of them have tape decks, some of them have disk drives. I feel like that shot is missing. No, it was hitting good. Oh. That's so loud. I have no idea why I just died, but I did. And like I said, I cannot easily make save states, so that's kind of game over and I start again. So I'll do a few little runs of this. It's pretty cool. I think it looks nice. So the bubble appears when I'm losing health, but is that whenever I'm standing on the ground? No. I see. So when I press down... No, it also happens when I press left and right. It's whenever I'm moving... Wait, I don't understand this game! And the back of the package, I'm pretty sure, did not describe this mechanic in detail. Oh boy. Anyway. So this is probably a good time to talk about who made this game. So it's published by Martech, which is a small British company that was started by a guy called Mr. Martin. But the developers are a group of 3 guys called... So they were credited on this game as The Light, and they have 3 names in the credits or whatever. But all of those names are lies. So The Light is a pseudonym name for a company called Creative Reality. Best known for their sort of top-down point-and-click adventure game Dreamweb, which is pretty violent and mature, so word of warning. And the 3 names are also pseudonyms. I can't look away for even a second, because there's so much stuff that could just ambush me. I really want to stop that ore train. Okay, so my shield is running low. I feel like maybe it wants you to just keep moving. Oh, that gas plume was damaging me? But that didn't even take the numbers to 0. It was like an instant kill. Oh, I don't understand this game. It's cool though, it's fine. It's also quite large. I've looked at a map, and there's this phase where we're going through caves and stuff, and then the next phase is ascending a gigantic tower. Anyway, so the 3 people Okay, so Jason Austin, who is credited as John Anderson, did the coding on the ZX version. All three of them, by the way, did design and concept. But yeah, Jason Austin did the ZX coding, so this one, so we can thank him for making this version so much smoother. Oh god. I'm sorry about the volume, I really need to turn this down. Okay, cool. Starting again. Let's try and go the upper route this time, because there's actually a branch early on that changes how you proceed through maybe half of the cave portion. So among the rest of his credits, Jason Austin's, I noticed Alien 3 for the Game Boy, which is something I did on stream a while back. I also know that capsule floating in the air is a power-up of some kind, so maybe I'll try and get to that. But I don't know how to get past that shooting turret. The shooting turret, you know, as opposed to the helping turret. See, it just impacted on my shield. I don't understand. Ah! Also, the color of parts of the HUD elements tells you something, but I don't remember what exactly. Yeah, so Alien 3 for Game Boy, that's a pretty cool little thing. Kind of adventure-y, RPG-ish, as well as action. Neil Dodwell, credited as Neil Harris, did the coding for the CPC version. He's been working at Rockstar, or was working at Rockstar for a while, since 2004. Did a few things that I'd heard of, like their table tennis game, but also like Vice City Stories, you know, handheld games of that era in the Grand Theft Auto series, I should say. All right, let's get that power up, for goodness sake. Why did I die? Is it because I just clipped the turret? I need that power up before I sack off this game entirely. And third person involved, David Dew, aka Richard Allen, who did the graphics for both versions. So he created the look for our double fire for our little protagonist here. Double fire, what does that mean? Am I shooting faster? It's not that I can have twice as many bullets on screen, I'm still limited to 4. So I don't know. Oh, I've got a new gun. But I don't have... Ah! Oh my gosh. It's so loud. Alright, one more go. But the difficulty is high. Oh, by the way, Martech, the publisher, as far as what else they've done that I recognized, they published the game Vixen, which is something that I considered playing, and I talked about it a little bit in my Inner Worlds stream. It's about a woman who can turn into a fox, and she lives in like this land of the lost prehistoric kind of land, and she fights dinosaurs and stuff. So it wouldn't be unsuitable for this, although I want to play as dinosaurs in this stream. But speaking of that, what is Rex exactly? The back of the box describes him as a thick-skinned mercenary. That title screen that we saw before, the splash screen, called him a rhino sapien, which on Moby Games, they had a longer version of that name. I don't remember what it was. Rhinoceroid sapien or something? But I'm not sure where they got that from. Oh, it's like when your shield is up, you're protected from hits like that, but I don't know when it's up. It seems to activate randomly. Maybe one of the fire buttons. Is there more than one fire button on the spectrum, and like it's also mapped to the direction controls for some reason? Yeah, because whenever I press any directional button, the shield activates. So I feel like you're supposed to have more control over it. You have a shield button and a fire button. Oh, what was that? And then the shield runs down as per that number. But then if it deactivates, which is happening unpredictably in my case, then you can just get hit and killed instantly. Yeah, that must be how it works. That's kind of, an added wrinkle to what's happening here. I don't think that it's intended that it works like that. I'm not sure. Maybe I ought to go back to the CPC version. Since I'm not getting very far here, I guess I will try that. Yeah, while that explosion very loudly happens. Oh, this is gonna still work, right? Good gravy. One thing I noticed by switching back between them is that actually the Spectrum version, its graphics are also more detailed. They're not strictly inferior. It's not just that the colors are more limited, but I feel like the sprites also drawn with more detail, which is interesting. Just adds more to that trade-off element. All right. So I've mapped up to like my X button so I can jump like this, and I did that earlier. Didn't hold for the Spectra version for whatever reason, but I also had all those other fire buttons, and none of them are doing anything. Aha! So down activates the shield. Very important. I think when I was defining keys within the Spectrum's, splash screens for this game, down for some reason did not get mapped. So maybe everything was down as well as whatever else it was. Confusing, but I guess that means we'll be playing the CPC version for now. So I do have a shield meter now, and I know how it works, and I also know how to activate it. You press down and your shield comes up, and when I have to walk through bullets like that, that's when we'll use it. So we have the double fire. Just use the shield to tank past this. Don't know how to get more shield is the main problem now. Yeah, it took a bit more off when I hit that filthy human. But hey, I understand the game mechanics now, finally. Do I know how to change my gun? I do not. I feel like picking up blue, or, bubbles will allow me access to a new gun. From what I remember reading on the package. I have a bar underneath my score. Yeah, forget you. So these bits are checkpoints. They're very helpful, obviously. For obvious reasons. But yeah, I think it was funny to pick this game after the asthma education game because, as I said, it sort of has a message as well, being an environmental message in a way. Oh gosh, I didn't have enough shield to make it through. Maybe that blue pad is a shield recharger. I'll try that out. Oh. What? Dang it, I didn't get my shield up in time. I was trying to block that bullet, but yeah, I died. Died right on the checkpoint pad. That's depressing. Oh, right. I haven't used any. Yep, that's what it is. The blue thing will refill your shield. Very helpful. Right. Ah, the green blobs are coming after me. Yeah. I can make it. Okay. Cool. Well, now what? They don't respond to shooting. Ah, they do. Okay. There were little impact graphics when the shots hit them. So I didn't need to waste all my shield back there. And now I have none left. Can I sneak through? I'm gonna try it. Make a break for it, Rex. Use those stubby little legs. So slow. Oh! Okay, that was a turret. That was a turret, and that was my last life. Golly, golly gosh. What's the time? Starting all the way again. It's very irritating. And it's very hot today. So I think that's a good sign for me to stop. Man, it's a shame because it took me a very long time yesterday afternoon and evening to set up the whole Spectrum and CPC emulation. Oh, gave me a massive headache, I'll tell you what. Oh well. Whoa, that's pretty loud. Also, my computer is... not running so well. I think this was happening before, but I just... Sorry, I'm going to turn my volume down again. Oh, man. And change the game window. Now that should have worked, hopefully. Nope. Hold on a second. Okay. So I've got a third game here. I knew I wouldn't get far in Rex. I knew it. So let's play something else. Another game about dinosaurs. And it's this. Jamie, is it okay to enter the lab? Timmy. No problem. We just want to see the video. Besides, the TV screen here is so much better. Okay, buddy. But it's a magic science TV that sucks you into the video or whatever. This is a bit like Secret of Evermore. You start in your normal place and then you go into a weird science thing and then you enter a different world. Timmy entered the TV world when he touched his dad's science device. Now I had to switch the layout for this one because the cover art for this game is amazing. Here, let's just do a little hide that for 1 second. And the Japanese one is just so cute and colorful and fun. And the other version here, which is, I believe, the American release, possibly, has a dinosaur wearing clothes and sunglasses and being an awesome rad dude with a Walkman. And this kid has obviously introduced the dinosaur to all the fun wonders of modern technology. Isn't that amazing? So I thought that was a whole lot of fun. And that's why I wanted to play Dino City, also known in Japanese as Dino Wars. 1992 on the Super Nintendo. By ERAM, who also did The Guardian Legend, a game I played earlier this year. Science device. Ooh, Gibbon remembers this game. He played it as a kid. That's amazing. That's great. You'll be able to give me all the tips and tricks from the pros. Okay, we're going to do one player mode. We're going to play a new game. We're going to press A to switch teams. So Rex or Tops. Wow. I want to be the girl. And again, as I did with Trakie, playing as the ceratopsian, basically, who is a very humanoid ceratopsian again, in this case, maybe even more so than Trakie was. But anyway, if you want to go home, return the fuse that Rocky's gang stole from the power station. Performance doesn't seem too good in this menu, but I think it's better in the game. Yeah, that's a little smoother. Hope that's holding up on stream. Anyway, the two dinosaurs have different capabilities. So the one that the boy is riding on has this like close combat punch combo, whereas what was this one called? Topsy? Throws daggers. Yeah, real dinosaur move. Wait, this is a movie? Is this... What? Really? You know, I was looking at games that I could play today, and I purposely didn't pick licensed games. Not that I'm opposed to them, of course, but it was just another restriction because there were so many I could have chosen from. Okay, so we have this nice looking lady who is actually our enemy in this case. Oh, she stole the dino eggs. So the cavemen are our enemies because the dinosaurs are our friends. Yeah. Ow. This is bizarre. Gibbon, tell me more about this game and the movie. This is a movie tie-in game. Oh, I had no idea. I should have researched better because, yeah, I completely missed that. Because some of the other ones I was considering in terms of dinosaurs being in, you know, modern environments or strange places. We're Back, A Dinosaur Story has 3 different tie-in games. And that's what that game is all about. What that movie is all about. Dinosaurs being in the present day. But I think for the other ones that I played, it's a bit more like in Bronkie. There's no explanation for why the dinosaurs are living in a world like that. At least there's some explanation here. We've gone back in time. But even so, I must stress that humans and proto-humans never lived contemporaneously with dinosaurs. That is absolutely not the case. Unlike what you would learn in Walk the Dinosaur. 40 million years ago, there were no humans. And there were also no dinosaurs. It was the interregnum, as you might say. What do we do here? These things suck you in from a fair distance away. Yeah. But, wow, you've really opened my eyes here. Learning that this is based on a movie. I want to know more. Anyway, some other games I considered playing today. Dino Wars, not the one that's the Japanese title of this, but it's spelled D-Y-N-O-W-A-R-Z. That one's not so much dinosaurs in modern times as it is sci-fi with robot dinosaurs. So there's sort of a built-in explanation there too. It's not unlike Zoids, I guess. Okay, that's interesting. Ah, nuts. Rewind. Uh-oh. Ah. That's an interesting little trap. Ah. Oh my goodness. Ice physics. Aren't they just the worst? So apparently, you know, Cro-Magnon man, very good at jumping. Man and woman, I should say. What's this, a seal? Or is it a baby? Ugh. Ugh. But yeah, other games that I was gonna play, maybe? Yeah, so Dino Wars has the subtitle Destruction of Spondylus. That's from 1990 on the NES. Tom Mason's Dinosaurs for Hire, based on a comic book. Oops. Oh, great. Something's gone wrong with my emulation here, and it's locked. Okay, I guess we're starting again. And still my fast forward key doesn't seem to be working. Something must be going on with my computer. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Maybe it's just too hot. It is damn hot today. Tops. You know, I'll save it for later, but I could talk about how ceratopsians are represented more often with femininity in dinosaur media. Actually, there's not much to say, so let's cover it now. It's just a small trend I noticed with this game, with Bronkie, and with Land Before Time, where Sarah is... what kind of ceratopsian is she? I'm not sure, but she is one of the main 5 or 6 characters, whatever it is, in that film series. And Bix from Dinotopia, who is one of the main characters of Protoceratops, one of the smallest of these kinds of dinosaurs, is like, yeah, a very core part of the cast, friend of the main characters, main human characters, and their liaison on the island. God, Dinotopia is so good. There's a few Dinotopia games, but in all of them you play as some dorky human, and not even one of the dorky humans from the books. Which is fine, you know, to expand the world and everything, but I was looking at games today and I'm like, I want to play as a dinosaur. Why would you not have that as an option? I think it might be an option in some of them. Maybe riding a dinosaur, or just for part of the game, but how is that not like a core part of these games? I don't know. There's too many games that are just about humans, you know? Who cares about humans? They're lame and they smell. I want something different, something a bit more novel, you know? This is an interesting little mechanic here with these sliding platforms. I'm getting a little bit of the Yoshi's Island vibe from this. Ah, okay. So it seems the thing is, you want to get higher up to the brown door if you manage to pass a particular platforming section successfully. Oh, but I'm at the same place anyway that I ended up before. It doesn't branch quite as much. They'll rejoin in the end. But this game is pretty hard, actually, so far. I'm gonna read some stuff that Gibbon's saying in chat. The movie is called Adventures in Dino City, about some kids who got sucked into their favorite show's world, Dino City, and involves them teaming up with some hip, youngish dinos to take on Mr. Big and his caveman henchmen. It's a surprisingly decent tie-in media for a 1991 made-for-TV movie. There was a third kid and dino in the movie, though, a Dimorphodon, if I recall correctly. Oh, what's a Dimorphodon again? I don't remember that one exactly. Sorry. And yes, Gibbon confirming that Dinotopia is so good. I didn't know that there was a third, picture book by Check's Bookshelf. Gurney? James Gurney? Until I saw it recently and bought it. Journey to Chandara? Something? Sorry, I haven't actually read it yet, but I bought it the other day. Yeah, that was really exciting because the first 2 books, I grew up on them. They're amazing. The illustrations are just breathtaking, and the way that they tell a story, but not in a sort of linear way, like this person did this and then this. It's sort of kind of a travel journal that's made up of sketches and just scattered impressions and like moments and anecdotes. It's really interesting and really fun, and yeah, it's one of those societies that you're like, oh, I'd like to live there, except for all the dangerous dinosaurs everywhere. I was reflecting on how the large carnivorous dinosaurs in that world sort of don't have the same level of sentience, or don't appear to, that the other dinosaurs that the people interact with do. They're treated like wild animals. Right, so we've got to the higher door. What does that mean? This is like, oh, bonus stage. Okay, in this case, we're taken to a bonus stage here. I was going to say it's a bit like Super Mario Land, which we played the Pauline edition of on stream. Oh, I don't. How can I get that high? Oh, I ran out of time before I got the 1-up. Too bad. Oh, actually, Given, if you've seen the movie, can you tell me, because, like I was saying about ceratopsians and gender and stuff, this particular dinosaur the girl is riding, is it a male or female dinosaur? Because it's pink, but I don't know. It doesn't look particularly one way or the other on the Japanese cover. Oh. So there's some momentum happening here. If I jump at the right time, I'll get extra height. Ow. What's the point of that? That's weird. Oh no, Gibbon's gonna blow my mind. There's a 4th main book. What? I have some shopping to do, I guess. The first 2, that's the thing. I got the 3rd one here. The first 2 are at my parents' house. So I'm actually, like I said, I'm going to be there for Christmas. So I think I might have to crack those out. I hope they haven't got rid of them. They're moving house soon as well. They're downsizing and they're going to move to another city. And in the process, they're like getting rid of a lot of stuff. And I hope they're not throwing out a bunch of childhood books, because I'll be very upset. Part of what I'm going to do on this visit is take a lot of stuff out of their cupboards and take it home. No lives left. And obvious slowdown, probably from my computer. I don't know what's happening here. Maybe I have to lower the frame rate again, maybe. Because I'm still running at 60 FPS on OBS, so putting that down to 30 might help my performance. Yeah, I didn't think it would be such a big issue, because it's been on 60 for ages and it's been fine. Oh, okay. Woo! But yeah, this is really cute. So I would guess, considering that this game has a Japanese version and stuff, that it was an anime film that got localized. Is that right? And what was the visual style of the film then? Did it look like the cover of the Japanese version of the game? Please tell me, my expert friend. It's live action? What? With Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle style costumes? So it's like the Jim Henson dinosaur sitcom? I'm the baby, gotta love me? With people in dinosaur costumes. That would actually make sense with the way that the dinosaurs are standing upright, wearing clothes. It's just like dinosaurs. I wonder if dinosaurs ever had a... Hey, wait, did I die and then continue and come back with more lives? Well, that's good. That's a good thing. Yes, it is exactly like the sitcom Dinosaurs, as given. Also, that Tops is a male and is yellow in the film. Gosh, live action. That's amazing. So it's actually more like the American cover of the game, in a way, in that it has more realistic style. That's bizarre. I want to see this now. Oh, wow. Well, I guess all I can say is that the game is quite good for a tie-in game, as you say. Can I get over here? No, I don't know. It's bad. Let's save state here. I feel like the other guy would probably be better at dealing with these blocks from up close. Okay, that's kind of an instant death, it looks like. Oh, the boss has a health bar. That's good. Good to know. If we deal with these blocks, we can hit the boss. Oh, and if I destroy one, the rubble hurts him. That's cool. That was great. Nice boss fight. Better than the boss fights in Bronkie. Oh, Gibbon has dropped a link. I'm gonna click on this picture. It's dinosaurs. It's just dinosaurs. They maybe look a little bit less kind of cartoony than the costumes in Dinosaurs the show, but wow, that's great. So obviously this movie was an American movie that got localized into Japanese. I assume that they got the movie because they got the game. Oh, that's crazy. Who did the movie? I have so many questions. I guess I'll just find out for myself later. But yeah, good to know. This is crazy. Here I thought this was just a weird high concept game about some kids who befriended some dinosaurs, but no, there's more to it. Do they ride the dinosaurs? No, the dinosaurs in that screenshot, they look like they're about the same size as the kids. By the way, A and X do the same thing as B and Y. There's only 2 buttons in this game. There's more buttons. Okay, hang on a second. What's going on here? We can ditch Topsy like he's a Yoshi to get a higher jump. Or maybe just get off to do a slightly higher jump. Wow. Okay, that's a good wrinkle. I didn't know about that. That's what you get for trying the controls, I guess. But no, we must stick together. And we must get the health. Oh, wow. This has been exciting. I'm glad I switched to this game as early as I did. Because I'm having a lot of fun with this one. What do you know? ERM know how to do a good, action game. And yeah, my fast forward button is just not working. This actually... Oh. No, I remember this happening before. With the fast forward button not working. Because... when I started the emulator, the computer was under a performance drag. Now, I forgot to close my backup software, which is something I usually do before a stream starts, except when I'm being a complete doofus. So I'm sure if I restarted this, I would be able to... and maybe the performance would be better. So okay, I'm going to save state, I'm going to quit, just real quick. I'll be back in a second. Is there anything else I can close? I can close this. Oops. Bear with me. Perfect time, an hour and a half in to, try and improve my performance. Okay, I believe that's all I can do right now. I don't know why I've dropped so many frames. No, that's probably the internet connection. Okay. Okay, fast forward is still not working. Even though I have it set up properly. So, oh well, I'll look into that later. For now, we'll continue playing as we have been. And apologies for the interruption. Gibbon says that apparently the game, this game, coincided with the Japanese release of the movie. Bop. See, now we're using it for little puzzles. That's very good. Well, it was puzzles before as well. Platforming challenges, I guess. So yeah, I was doing a little list of games that I almost played but didn't today. Let me see. So I mentioned Dino Wars, Destruction of Spondylus. Tom Mason's Dinosaurs for Hire is a game based on a comic book. One of those... yeah, it was like, you know, it was the 90s, anti-heroes, etc. And in this we had a bunch of like gritty punk, not punk, but like almost like mobster. They were mercenaries with giant guns, and they were 3 humanoid dinosaurs wearing suits and sunglasses. It's pretty crazy. Giant guns. And that was, I guess, like a T-Rex, a Triceratops, and a Stegosaurus. Classic dinosaurs. Everybody knows these dinosaurs. And they all had huge guns. So that was a comic book that they made a licensed game for in the Mega Drive. Let me see. I also considered playing either Baby T-Rex or Radical Rex, which I think are related. They're both made by Beam Software. But of course in one, like, the character's a baby and it's on the Game Boy, so that's a very cute way of making a handheld game on a small system, is also make the protagonist a tiny baby. Which reminds me of, I don't know, Boku Dracula-kun? Not really, that started as a NES game. There must be something else that did that. Let me see. The third Last Airbender, Avatar The Last Airbender licensed game was chibi style on the DS and normal style on the Wii. There you go. There's an example. Give me a life. No. Oh, the platform went through me at the end there. That's a bit of a fault. What is this? I'm standing on like a super stapler. Wow. Rude. Very rude. Oh, of course, the staple's going to continue. I didn't consider that. By the way, the screen doesn't scroll back. Like, what is this? Super Mario Brothers? Surely we're past that mechanic. Anyway, what else did I consider playing? Baby T-Rex, Radical Rex. There are a couple of weird games. Oh, and of course, my own childhood favorite, Nanosaur. But, yeah, running classic Mac games is a little bit complicated. I've got Sheep Shaver now, so it probably could be done. Yes, duck. Good ducking animation. But yeah, that's a really cool game about a sci-fi dinosaur from the future with a jetpack and a big gun who goes back in time to just before the impact of the meteor is about to kill, you know, quote unquote, all the dinosaurs. And they're trying to save eggs from being destroyed in an effort to improve the genetic diversity of future dinosaurs in the future age. But it's really just like a weird, silly action game where you shoot a bunch of dinosaurs. Great game though, really good game. And if you had an original iMac, I don't know if it was pre-installed on them, but it was very common on them. So very much of that era. That company supported that console, that computer a lot actually. They had Bugdom and Chromag Rally. Okay, the clue here is to duck and proceed carefully. There you go. Oh. What the heck? Okay, fine. Oh, Nanosaur. That's cool. I had a little bit of a Twitter revelation about that recently. I was drawing a large collage of heroine characters that I'd played as in video games over my entire life, which took a little while. That's, I think, one of... Oh, I've done a couple since then, but it's a recent pixel art that I've drawn. It's the type of thing I do. And I was looking up, like, basically every game I remember from my childhood, which was a lot. And the Wikipedia article for Dinosaur calls the main character the titular Dinosaur. It uses female pronouns for them. They're like an orange striped raptor with a gun. And so I was like, oh, it's not really obvious in the game what the gender of the dinosaur is. So I don't know where they got that from. And then I was researching it further. I found a couple of references in like certain manuals that implied it was a male dinosaur. It's like, when you die, another one is sent to take his place. And I was like, oh, okay, so that says that, but there must be some other source. There was a very short-lived comic book project adaptation of Dinosaur, which had a Kickstarter that failed, but they did one issue of it or something that was put up for free on the artist's website, but now it's gone and I can't find it anywhere and nobody can. But that made heavy use of male pronouns. So then I was like, okay, so where is Wikipedia getting its information exactly? I don't know. I can't find a source for it. So it might just be an apocryphal labeling of this dinosaur. So at that point, I did the sort of thing that we're very familiar with in the Rare fandom of reaching out to one of the developers and getting them to confirm something that we want to be true. Oh, okay, I'm off the top of the screen and I fell down. That's cool. Also, there's so much slowdown here. I don't know if Gibbon can confirm if that is, like, was the case in the actual game or whether that's just me. Okay, we got a Resna wheel here, apparently. Oh, the whole film's up on YouTube, says Gibbon. Anyway, yeah, so what I did was I looked in the credits, and a lot of the people who worked on it were guys, so I looked for if there was a woman who'd worked on it, and then I could ask her and say, hey, I'm more likely to get a positive response from you asking what is the gender of this dinosaur, please say it's a woman. And she said, yeah, sure, why not? It's a girl. And I was like, yes. So there you go. I don't know where Wikipedia got it, but I have confirmation from a developer on the game that Dinosaur is female. Disclaimer, of course, that the woman in question didn't work on the original game, but instead a port of it to Windows, I believe. Like a later enhanced port or something. But still, the point stands. So that's just some shenanigans that I got up to. But man, I love Dinosaur a lot. It's a great game. Not sure if it holds up, but you know, it's one I remember fondly. Alright, that's probably a good time to die. Get my health back. I don't know how long this game is, but out of all those games I mentioned, I don't have any of them prepared to play today. Even though there were potential options. I just wanted to play as a dinosaur for a bit. And technically I'm not playing as a dinosaur right now, because I'm playing as a girl who is riding a dinosaur. I guess he's the one who's doing most of the heavy lifting here, but I don't know. It's sort of a, well, a deep reader situation, a reference that everyone will understand. Long-time viewers of this stream. I did a dolphin riding games showcase where you play as someone who is riding on a dolphin. And Deep Raider was one of them, which is sort of maybe a Tomb Raider clone-ish, but it's very water focused. If anything, it plays like Echo Defender of the Future. Kind of. In that you're swimming in a 3D space. Anyway, point is, who you're really playing as in that game is a lady who is being carried along by a dolphin through the water. But something I never actually showed off during that stream, and I've probably mentioned it before, is that there's a button to separate yourself from the dolphin. Ah! And then you take control of not the woman, the diver, but the dolphin. So you can play as solo dolphin in Deep Raider. I just never happened to press the button that let you do that during the stream. Because again, I'm a complete dope. Ugh, nuts. Oh yes, this is a really good idea. If we split up, we can get double the pickups. Still only got one heart though, that's alright. What a cool mechanic. I continue to enjoy this game. I think it's very inventive. And it looks great too. I love the style. Ah. Sure, we'll bop our way through that. Uh-oh, there's a wall coming. Oh, rude. No! Oh, it's being pushed by a strong guy. So there's landmines in this world too. Oh, you again. Jumping lady. The incredible jumping woman. Ah! Got some thwomps here. Oops! I was crushed. So that is a thing that can happen. I knew that would... Yeah, I knew I didn't have enough time there. Oh! Huh. What do you know? Nuts. Oh, okay. Yes. Classic. This is a good platforming game. Actually, that reminds me. I've only played platforming games today. I'm back into my old habits, baby. Okay, so what's the deal here? Oh, trampolines. Got it. Ah, my one-ups. No. I just want healths. I missed them all. Oh well. So, I don't know. Commenters, what is your favorite dinosaur game? Oh, okay. I can stand on the scrolled screen. Or maybe there was ground just below there. Ah, I'll take the death. Get my health back. And I'll keep playing this until the 2-hour mark. And then you're free! As if you weren't free at any time. Although, obviously I won't have a stream next week because next Wednesday is, I believe, Christmas Day? Yeah, that's right. So, I'll be busy and out of town. And then I think the week after that is New Year's Day, right? Because that's the way it usually goes, it's a week later. Which means that for you, Gibbon, and American listeners, watchers, it'll be New Year's Eve, and I'm sure you'll have other stuff going on. So I'm probably not going to stream on that day, maybe the day before or the day after instead. Because I am on holidays as of the end of this week, and I want to make use of it to actually do the stuff that I don't have the energy for when I'm working all the time. Oh, what's this? This is like one of those teeth traps. It's like a really fat bird or something. Ew, what the heck? Ha! Okay, so yes. That's how this works. Ah! It spits fire. Rude. Fire with eyes. Hmm. Ah. Yes, busy. Or as Gibbon says, buys. In a simple typo. Okay, this character is very suited to this boss fight. I think if I was Rex doing the close combat, whatever his name is, the other guy, that would be a lot trickier, but we made short work of that fat bird. Oh, my dropped frame counter in OBS is huge. 5,000. I think it's 1%, maybe. Maybe that's not so bad. Classic bird carrying man. What does that remind me of? Is it Super Mario USA? AKA the only good Mario game. Trollololol. Ow. Ah! Ugh. You know, I was debating whether to play this or Dinosaurs for Hire, which was the comic one where they had the big guns. And I asked my spouse, should I play the one where they have the guns and the sunglasses and everything, or the cutesy one? And she said the cutesy one. And I'm glad I took her advice, because this is great. Oh my gosh, this is a gauntlet. Yeah. Only 3 healths. I wish I could upgrade my healths. Super BC Kid, which is another like cheesy prehistoric themed game. That let you upgrade your healths. Or all the BC Kid games, not just Super BC Kid. That's the one I'm familiar with. That's like always my backup pick for Game Club if I can't think of something. Is to chuck on Super BC Kid if I get onto it. I'm running this month actually. I picked this month's game in my Game Club. And I picked Slam Dunk Kong, which I of course streamed a little while back. And found it an enchanting experience. The crazy Taiwanese bootleg. Not bootleg, but it's like a bootleg. It completely rips off both Donkey Kong Country and Michael Jordan Chaos in the Windy City, if you recall. Well, in the course of researching it for having it as a Game Club pick, I discovered a version of the game that is superior to the one that I streamed. So now I regret that that's the video that I have up online, is of, you know, a version of the game that doesn't have music in the levels. I've since found a download of a different version of the game that does have music in the levels, and every stage type and every boss has a unique track. So luckily also while I was doing that same research by among other things searching for the game in its own native language, Guanla Jinggang, which is the Chinese name of the game, I found a complete playthrough online of the level track version, like the version that does have all the music, on YouTube. It's just that, you know, it's all annotated in Chinese language, not annotated, but like labeled, which is why I didn't find it earlier, because I wasn't smart enough to bloody look up the game in its own language, which I really should have done. Anyway, this person, it's not commentated, so you can just watch it clean, and it's got the entire game completed. What? How did I slip past that? And how can I do it again? Oh, what? Okay, so I can drop the dinosaur on them, which does damage. So what if I like... Okay. Obviously I need to experiment with this mechanic a bit. But yeah, there's a complete playthrough, has music, and they do it in less than half the time that I did it on my stream. So I recommend checking that out. I added it in the description to the stream video. So what happens if I'm not on the dinosaur? Oh, that's sad. So we both have to make it, clearly. So if I hit that and then fall down and hang on, and then, oh, what the heck? What? That's strange. Don't know what that signifies, but okay. Cool. So yeah, Slam Dunk Kong. Cool, strange game. And now I kind of regret that I, in a way, kind of spread this misinformation that there's only this one version of the game available that doesn't have any music in the levels, because that's not true. You can find a version that does have music. So I started working on a couple of other ways to raise awareness about it, like making a page for it on Game FAQs. And I don't think I got to making a page for it on Moby Games, but that's something I'm going to do. But clearly, I haven't had a lot of time with moving house and everything. So that's just one of the things on my back burner at the moment. Oh, it's this again. Oh, come back. Oh, okay, now that it's moving. Okay, cool. So what I recommend is going to my video of Slam Dunk Kong and then checking the description and then clicking the link down there for the other video where a Chinese person, or at least a Chinese speaker, actually competently plays the game and plays a better version of it all the way through. Yeah. Oh, and at the time I played it, I didn't realize that the second boss was a reference to SNK's Terry Bogard, which I now know, having done research for the podcast episode that Gibbon and I recorded about Slam Dunk Kong for DK Gerda, the Donkey Kong arcade fan site. Ah! What's the time? Oh, we're really coming up on the 2-hour mark. How much is left in this game? Gibbon, you said you played it. You must have completed it all the way, right? Am I close to the end? I can't think that I am. I feel like there's got to be a lot more to this game, but there's a castle back there. Is it the bad guy's castle? Perhaps. How much more is left, and is it worth playing more right now? Nuts. Oh, I see. He played it on rental 25 years ago. So, but you're my expert on this. You're supposed to know everything. Oh. Oops. Danger. High voltage. The slowdown is immense. I use it in the pejorative sense. Yes, health. Excellent. Okay. Okay, boss time. That's good. If this is, I'll do this boss and then that'll be it, I think. Do you think I have to hit the glowing thing? Yes, I believe so. Take that. Yeah. Stage clear. Victory animation. I think we'll be done. So yeah, I am sad I couldn't do my original plan for December, but you know how it goes. These things happen. But I guess I'll move it to January. So in January I'll be playing modern games that are based on retro styles. So look forward to that. Yeah, I'll tweet about when I'm going to do the stream around New Year's. So let's at least see what stage 5 looks like. It's a cave. Yeah, pretty boring. There's another magic stapler. So that's it. Yeah, thanks for joining me. This has been fun. I got to play some cool dinosaur games. And yeah, it's hot. I'm done. Bye. Hope you have a good week and a good holiday time, etc. if you celebrate it. And if you don't, then just have a good time. Bye. Oh, that button should have worked. Bye.